Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have another entry in my store review series. For this video I'm going to be looking at the comic book slash graphic novel manga store in downtown Toronto called The Labyrinth. Now The Labyrinth, there's a couple of positives and also a couple of negatives, so I suppose I should just get to the point. But before I do want to mention that I will not have any footage of this store in particular in this video, just because I plan on never ever going to the store ever again. Now, put my sort of warning off to the side. If there's something that you really do need that this store might have, I'm not going to hold you back from going there. But in my experience, at least in my experience with their customer service as well, I will personally never ever go back to the store. But here's basically my thoughts of The Labyrinth. Now, starting out with the positives, because of course you got to start out with the positives. They are in a central, easily accessible location, just west of Spadina Station, between Spadina and Bathurst, right on Bloor Street West. So it is very easily accessible, especially from Spadina Station. The store itself, while it is on the smaller side, it is definitely on the smaller side. It's a pretty small store. They do have lots of stuff packed into the store, and while it does seem kind of busy and overflowing at moments, it does really maximize the use of the space. So it is a pretty decent layout, all things considered. Now, the store, they do have a large selection of figures, different like action figures and statues and stuff like that, as well as a lot of plushes and art books, as well as their main sort of focus, which is graphic novels slash manga and comic books as well. They have a huge selection pretty much packed into this really small location, but at the end of the day, the number one drawback to this store, behind of course the fact that almost everything in the store is overpriced, above cover price, which really sucks, considering that many stores are just going with cover price. The thing that sucks even more is their customer service. And without getting too far into that and making this into a rant video, which it once already has become, because this is my second time filming this video, I had a sort of falling out with this store in the sense that I worked with them during Fan Expo, and I got sick the last day of the event, and I called in sick saying I wasn't able to make it. The boss said it was fine, okay, you're sick, there's nothing to do about it, so everything was cool. And then months later, I come into contact with one of his employees, this woman who was basically in charge of their smaller booth, and she just gave me a bunch of shit for leaving her high and dry and blah blah blah, and I'm like, I was sick. I was trying to be very cordial and nice and understanding, and she just went ahead and verbally barraged me like it was over the top terrible, and doing this in front of other customers as well was completely irresponsible and not good customer service whatsoever. So putting that stuff aside, I gotta say, that being one of their major negatives there, they also just seem to have ridiculous prices on just about everything in the store. For example, their comic books usually are priced a couple dollars higher than anywhere else. I got the latest Superman comic book that is usually $2.99 cover price everywhere else. I ended up paying $5.50 for it at their store, which is just stupid. Like, that's almost double the price for just a standard comic book. Their sales, while they have tons of sales and promotions, and they even have an email listing, like an email newsletter that you can sign up for to get notice of all their upcoming promotions, their sales and promotions are not that good, to be honest. Especially during Fan Expo, the promotions that the owner was running just made very little sense, confused many customers, and many people ended up just dropping off all the stuff that they had purchased, and, well, the stuff that they were planning to purchase, and just walked away because it was that confusing for them. Honestly, the prices are just not where they need to be, and there are many other options, especially for really nice art books, really sort of common to slightly uncommon graphic novels and manga. There are plenty of options across the city of Toronto that I will be showing off in future installments of this series to go ahead and purchase those items. So the Labyrinth, while it is in a central location, it doesn't really have much else going for it, and honestly, I'd pass on this store from now into the future. I honestly only went to them a couple days ago just to purchase the latest Superman comic because it was sold out at all the other nearby stores. That was the last option, and I'm kind of mad at myself for even going there and interacting with them just to purchase this comic. And in fact, I still haven't read it, and I'm probably never going to read it because it's pretty much been spoiled for me now. But to prevent this from turning into an even bigger rant at this point, just a long story short, while it is in a great location, very easy to get to, it has absolutely nothing else going for it, and all the products that you can buy there, you can buy at other stores for a cheaper price as well, and you get much better customer service. So just look out for future installments in this series where I will be looking at other stores, especially stores that have tons of art books, tons of action figures and statues and other kinds of figures like that, as well as other collectibles including video games, comics, records, DVDs, whatever you have, any sort of collectible store within the city of Toronto, I will be looking at them in future installments. So just look out for those every few weeks. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So as always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, just put in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.